This is an explanation of what I call meditative art. Basically, it's art where you get into sort of a doodling state where you release expectations, release the idea of making mistakes, and start drawing just responsively. Okay? So you always have to start somewhere. So I'm just going to show you the sneaky wares that I started with. You can probably make out I started with a hand and I simply traced it. And that, excuse me, I quite often like to do some form of heart, okay? Because for me, this is kind of heart-based drawing, if you will. So with those two objects, I then start to create a bunch of swirls and movements, and it's totally intuitive. Nothing is planned. I don't have an idea of what's going to happen or turn out. Now, I'm going to walk you through some of the things that started emerging. One of the things that came right away was this flower here. This is the base of the flower, and this is the petals. You can see it here, right? Then as I was moving those swirls around, this fish sort of figure started kind of appearing, right? And then I added side fins here and here, starting to add scales here. Then because I had this swirling going around, I added sort of a fish hook right here near the fish's mouth. Then this quirky little thing happened, and I think it's going to be best easier if I just turn it around. I do turn my work around when I work on it all the time. It's almost like there is no up or down. So then this penguin here started emerging. This is the eye, this is the beak. Started emerging. So I started developing that a little bit more. And then what happens is if I like that, then I sort of turn it around and see, well, what else am I seeing? And when I turned it this way, I realized, oh, there's this cute little wooden duck kind of thing here with this little beak and this little eye. Again, it's an eye for this wooden duck. So I started making a reference to very graphic, like petals, something that you might see on a wooden toy. And then I realized, wait a minute, that there's also like a swan here. So same beak, but goes way into a much bigger head, and the swirl came down as it goes along. Then I started kind of developing maybe a beach here, not sure. Some plants, roots in the water, more plants started emerging. And again, these were not pre-planned. They just started coming. I also realized as I did this fish and I was working over here, there's another head of a fish, and I'm going to start developing that at some point here. And as I start to see things emerge, that's when I put more detail and develop them further, often with different size pens. And I usually really just stick to 2 or 3, you know, and maybe some very, very fine kind of thing. And then a stingray showed up here, this beautiful sort of triangle like there, and a boat. So here's a boat, here's the sail. This part of the heart looked to me like a Hershey's kiss. So I sort of started developing this chocolate wrapper. Now I'm actually seeing this is also a flag, right? If I drew this line and just extended along, I could see a flag here as well. And then I thought, well, this was a really blank space. And as I realized, what is emerging is a lot of water and water items and things that live because of the water or near water. This could be a lily, like a water lily, but of course ducks live above land and also hunt and fish and live on water. So it could be this amalgamation, right? But I knew I wanted some geometric lines in here, and I thought, what do these finger outcroppings really kind of remind me of? And the first thing that comes to your mind is what you go with. And I went with iceberg. It's kind of like that activity you did as a child where you looked up at the clouds and you were imagining pictures. But now imagine this is coming straight from your imagination, like absolutely tapped in to that side of your brain. As I move around, I continue to try to look to see what else I find. I'll even turn it upside down. And maybe for you, this is a great exercise for you to take a look and see, what do you see in these clouds, right? So yes, This I'm going to still work, and I will show you the final result, but this is what meditative drawing for me is. Here's another example of meditative drawing. I believe I started with a heart again, but I didn't finish the bottom, and it ended up looking to me like an apple. And a beating heart, you know, and lungs. That's the lungs, the heart in the center. So within the heart, there's an actual heart, and then there's lungs with the bronchial tube. A clock showed up, feathers, moons, moonscapes, lots of sky meets earth again, that sort of thing. This one was fun, right? I have no idea. Clearly, I was hungry or irritated by bugs. This one, inspired probably by my school days. To me, this was sort of a bus. And where it takes you in life, nobody knows. And again, I had no idea where this was going when I started. I just started with one shape. I can sort of see a tree in here, clouds. I definitely see the wheels, sort of a bus window, people in the window, walls and buildings as you know you might pass by, landscapes that one might pass by, pictures. I see a large doorway, an electrical outlet, you know, the power of life, that sort of thing, rivers, but these just kind of flow, right? This one, we go back to the hearken of ducks and water. This one is a lot clearer in terms of its imagery. It's a duck, water falling off its back, I think was where my mind was going. And yeah, just further developed it with more pattern. And of course, when you're trying to celebrate something, why not do it with a drawing? Just start doodling, and then you find out, well, look at that. Apparently I want a cute little house with a tree house. Why not? Thank you so much. This is meditative drawing. If you'd like to know more about how to do this, I am preparing a course right now just for you. I'm also going to be doing some Facebook lives, some YouTube lives, some TikTok lives to develop this even further. So yeah, look for the posts on that, and we'll see you soon. Have a great day.